Rahim. Brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, Assalamu alaikum. I want first to congratulate the people who organized this rally in less than 24 hours, and I want to congratulate all of you for braving this inclement weather to raise your voices here against the massacre of Palestinian people once again in Gaza. I want to congratulate those all over this country who over these last days have been in city centers and squares like this, raising their voices. I want to congratulate the people in New York City today, especially the Jewish rabbis and the faithful Jews of Notera Karta, who have been out demonstrating that Israel and its crimes have nothing to do with Judaism, that Zionism is a blasphemy against Judaism, it's a blasphemy against God, and that when we raise our voices against Israel, against Zionism, it has nothing to do with hatred of Jews. We do not hate Jews. We hate Zionism. We hate Israel. We hate murder and injustice, and that is what we are protesting about. We congratulate the 500 Jews in Israel last night who marched in Tel Aviv against these atrocities that are being carried out by a country which blasphemes against the Torah by describing itself as the Jewish state. There's nothing Jewish about killing women and children in the name of the flag of Israel. I'm going to come back to Israel in a minute, but first I want to concentrate my fire on a target which, if anything, is even more contemptible than those doing the killing, and that is the hyenas of the British media who have been misreporting this massacre day and daily for the last week, who are guilty of crimes against humanity in the way that they are misreporting this crisis. The Bush and Blair Corporation, formerly known as the BBC, which this day on its website published the following: 3 Israelis have been killed by rockets from Gaza, whilst 54 Palestinians have died.
Shame!
Imagine, the 3 comes before the 54, and the 3 were killed. The 54 merely died. Instead of any normal reportage, which would begin with the 54 and would come secondly to the 3, the fact that they put it that way, that they can name the 3 but can't name any of the 54, speaks volumes about the truth in the BBC. That Palestinian blood is worth less than the blood of Israelis.
True.
That's the truth of it. Sky News, by the way, Mr. Sky News, my phone is still on, you know. My number's still the same, you know. It's the same as it was in 2006 when you interviewed me about the atrocities Israel was committing in Lebanon. My number didn't change. Why haven't you called me? I'll tell you why. Go and look at the tweets in the name of Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Sky News, slavering his support for Israel 20 times a day this week. That's why Sky News haven't interviewed me, because they don't want the watch watchers, the viewers of Sky News, to hear the truth, and here is the truth.
Yeah.
This crisis didn't start when Sky News started reporting it 6 days ago. They want you to concentrate on Hamas rockets. Why are there Hamas rockets being fired from Gaza? Because Gaza has been under siege for 6 years, not 6 days, 6 years, starving their children, murdering their children. Why? Because they voted in a democratic election for a party which Israel and Western countries don't like. They go around the world invading countries and occupying them in the name of democracy. Well, the Palestinians had democracy. They voted for Hamas. Get used to it. Get over it. Hamas is the elected government of Palestine. That's the truth that you want your people to ignore. They said yesterday that the elected Prime Minister of Gaza, of Palestine, Ismail Haniyeh, who lives in a refugee camp in Gaza with his wife and 13 children, was now a target. Well, I say this to any Israelis that are listening today. If you murder any one of Ismail Haniyeh's children, the vengeance will be terrible and will last forever, because no Palestinian will allow you to kill the children of their Prime Minister with impunity. But on the subject of murdering children, most of you, because you've been here for an hour, will not know the latest atrocity that has been committed. The Dalou family in Gaza have just lost, in the last 2 hours, 7 of their children, 7 children in one family. The Dalou family in Gaza have just been wiped out by an Israeli missile. Their pictures are on Twitter if you want to see them. Their pictures are on Facebook. But the one place their pictures will not be found is on the BBC and on Sky News or in the British newspapers tomorrow morning. Because they're only Arabs, they're only Palestinians, they're only Muslims. But if 7 Americans or 7 British children or 7 Israeli children had just been wiped out, it would be the first item on the news, because Muslim blood is cheap so far as the Western media is concerned.